Alright, so welcome back. Hoping you're having a fabulous day here today. So I've seen a lot of talk about the free skin that's coming soon, right? And I did want to talk about that because it's, you see, what happens is, there was a poll that happened a while ago, right? And on this poll that happened on the KR side of things, remember, this is opened up to the entire community. It's not just the global players, rather the, like, NA players, whatever. It's the KR players, JP player, every player is basically in this, right? So, with it, each I guess you could say area has their own waifu that they all kind of like. Here, I've seen the top 5 choices, and in other areas, I've seen the top 5 choices. Just so you know, we kind of have an idea of who's gonna win. There's been polls that have been, shot out, conducted, or whatever, and you can kind of get a nice idea of who would take the cake here and get the, skin released. Let's talk about that here today. If you're new to the channel and subscribe, let me show you who it is most likely. Let's hop over there. So first thing, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a free skin coming soon from the Global Popularity Poll Contest. In this contest, new free costume will be designed for the most popular Nikke. Very simple, very easy, that's it. And again, I know people have been saying that the fan art costume contest ones are the ones that are going to win. No, those are not the ones. It's just they design it, right? So Shift Up, whoever the devs, they design the costume. It's not any fan art stuff, any of that. It's just they design it, all right? So one Nikke out of the huge roster we have, that one character will get a free costume given to the players at a later date. The contest will be held from the 12th to the 18th. Pretty simple, but we have an idea who is going to win, all right? First, we'll start off with this little image over here. This was held on Reddit recently, and there was like a few more that I saw, but the consensus always chalked up to Modernia being number 1. It always, everyone that I saw, it was that. Number 2 was usually either Scarlet or Drake. That was it. The top 3 that have been voted for in every poll, in every Discord poll that I've seen, in every poll held across the I don't know, web here, I don't know. It's Modernia, Scarlet, and Drake. They are the top 3 constantly. There is no other top 3 that I have come across that I've seen. It is Drake, Modernia, Scarlet. That is it, okay? Now, I do feel personally, the number 1 character that will win, in my opinion, is Modernia, for the reason that, yes, the global players, the NA players, what do you want to say, they love Modernia, okay? They love her. They're not the only ones that love Modernia. KR, when they voted for Modernia as the number 1 character, and Scarlet as number 3. The top 2 characters, most likely, that will get a skin, it'll either be Scarlet or it'll be Modernia. I'm telling you, there's no other option other than these 3. It's just what I have seen across everywhere. The KR popularity poll, the JP popularity poll that was held a while ago, that was with Modernia in there when she released around there, and she was voted very high. She was number 3, I think, just because they haven't seen her story yet, probably, and stuff like that, but she was top 3 over there, and number 1 was Scarlet. So you kind of see that these 2 characters probably will take the cake. Though again, Drake is a great contender. I do see her, chalking up a lot of points here across many different polls. So it's around these 3. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say anything against it. Yes, it could be different. Yes, people could band together and really change the poll. But if you like one of these 3 characters, you're winning here. It's either Modernia, Scarlet, or Drake. Though again, when I saw the KR poll, no one voted for Drake at all. This is like the KR poll, right? And basically, you kind of see Drake was only top 2 in this faction, right? So that's how it went there, which is missless, right? So she lost every other poll other than her own faction poll, which she's the top character in faction around. So I understand why she got there. Senti still beat her, which is funny, but yes, okay? Where we currently stand is most likely this also gave people an idea of, oh, this is going to be the skin, we got to vote for her. It's not the skin, but you could get something like this. You definitely could. I see most likely Modernia winning. From every popularity poll that I have come across, she is number 1. From the popularity poll, I asked my comments, right, originally, and they all said Modernia. They all voted. They said, no, Modernia, it's either Scarlet or it's Drake. And the number 1 had to be her, okay? From what I've seen, there was also a lot of Rupee love and support, but again, in the polls that I've seen, in the areas that I've seen, no one voted for Rupee on those, right? And again, KR didn't really vote for her, and neither did the JP popularity poll that I did see. They're only winning in their own faction, right? But again, you look at it, Alice is on top of the vote here, only by a few votes, but she was on top on the Tetra line, right? So out of Tetra line, you'll most likely see Alice, with the most votes. I see that happening. In Missilus, it's probably Drake or Senti. Senti recently got a skin, so I think that they're gonna go, Drake and vote Drake. So she gets a skin. Now on the on this faction over here, Privity is probably the one, because I've seen a lot of hype for Privity, though again, don't think it's going to happen, but there is there. So Privity is also another one that can definitely win. But again, the entire popularity poll, it was Modernia that won. She had like a crap ton of votes in comparison to the other ones. So again, that's just KR. It's a small little poll. You go over here to global or the Reddit. You had Modernia with the number 2 votes or number 1 votes here with 301 beating Scarlet. There was another one that was held. I did see it, but again, you'll have to take my word for it. It's no longer there. I don't know if the post got taken down or what happened. But she had 479 versus Drake with, I think, like 270, and then Scarlet with some amount, right? But I know that she had 479 100%. I did see that. And then the Reddit or the Discord one that I was talking in, and they all were saying Modernia was the one. That was it, right? That was like literally the one they were going for. So out of everything, I personally see her getting the skin. Though again, Drake would be really cool, and now I'll censor this a little bit because this is a great fan art, outstanding fan art. I didn't show it to you last time when I did the video on this, just because it's a little iffy. So I'm going to leave a little box or some sort of a sticker or something on this that I can censor this with. But Drake getting a skin has so much potential, and again, I do think that the fan art contest is what picked these 3 characters for getting skins because they have so much potential to be really good looking. With said skin. So Drake, Modernia, Scarlet. Scarlet also had one of the contests. She had multiple, but this was everyone's like favorite one. Again, she has potential too for this, so keep it in mind. And again, the characters that recently got skins, I don't expect them to win at all for the reason that a lot of people do already have those skins and are good with what they have. Though again, they were for money. I just don't think they're gonna win. Dala was like put there as a runner-up. I did see her a few times getting voted for, but she didn't really win. Helm, people really didn't care for. And then other characters they just really didn't care for. They mainly were going for characters they used. And if you look at it, Modernia, Scarlet, they're pilgrims. They're used a lot, so they're gonna get voted for. Remember, people don't know that Drake is a great character. So at the end of the day, it really is. It's gonna be iffy. All right. So again, I do currently stand at Modernia winning, but hey, it's up to the players. You let me know what you're voting for, what you're gonna go for. Let me know down below who you think would win. But it's out of those 3, I think it's definitely gonna be a pilgrim. Just because people really use pilgrims, and they're like, oh, when will I actually use the character the most? And it chalks up to be these 2 characters. And again, Nilister was on this list, though she does not deserve a single vote due to the reason that no one has her, and it's gonna take a very long time to pull for her or get her. That's there. Guilty, Laplace, and Volume. Again, the 4 choices that are on the other side here weren't even good choices. If Drake was on here, the poll would have been definitely a little bit different. So with it, you let me know what you think and who you're going for. I'm curious. There's a lot of options here. I do see again Noise getting less votes due to the reason she has a skin already. There are some characters that did get less votes. And again, there's some that are really good characters, but they just aren't good in the game, so they won't get votes, even though they are really cool and like good lore-wise characters. So again, people are voting on the more use case scenario. That's what these characters voted for. So again, you decide. You let me know. What do you think, and who do you think is gonna win? We're gonna find out basically on the 18th or around there when the poll finally ends. So there is potential. It's still open. Maybe I'm wrong. But from what I have seen and what I have scoured across the internet, oh my god, these 3 are literally voted for everywhere. So I think that they have the most potential for getting a skin.